Hey everyone, it's me, Arthur Kade, welcoming Agent Sabrina from E's terrific new show, Hollywood and Football. It premieres November 30th at 9/8 Central. Make sure to check these ladies out. Hey everyone, it's me, Arthur Kade, and E has an exciting new show called Hollywood and Football, and I've got two of the stars joining me. Sabrina, Asia, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
So I watched the first episode. I want your lives. So how do I get adopted? Let's start there.
My gosh.
Who's adopting Arthur Kade?
Danielle and Lance, they can adopt
You
you.
hate me that much
No,
already?
I'm just kidding.
Just kidding. Come on.
She's like, 5 minutes with you. I don't want you anywhere near my house. Guys, congratulations. What a cool show. I'm always fascinated by, the lives of athletes, what goes on. And you guys have a tumultuous change. You go from St. Louis to Los Angeles. Talk about a change of pace. We get to see it all on camera. How much fun was it?
It was a lot of fun. I mean,
Super fun.
Just the move itself was stressful, but fun at the same time because, you're moving to LA. It's not like you're moving to, I don't even want to say a bad state.
Like Podunk, Iowa?
There you go. You know what I mean? It's not like we're moving there, so it's not so bad.
Yeah, it's been super busy. I feel ever since we got off the flight, we've been nonstop, but it's been really fun, exciting stuff, so no complaints.
I'm always fascinated. What is it like being the wife of a professional athlete? Obviously, we see the money, we see the clothes, we see the fame, but it's like a full-time job behind the scenes, right?
It is.
Absolutely.
It's very, very demanding. I know for me, I actually am like the middleman, so I'm like the assistant to all of our assistants, if that makes sense. So, the agents are calling me, the financial advisors, the business managers, the publicists. Everybody goes through me to get to Kenny. He gives out my number professionally to everybody. I get the schedules from work, sent to my phone in the beginning of the week. The coaches and trainers are hitting me up to get in contact with him. So it's like an extra, just load. You know what I mean? That on top of the kids, the dog. You know what I mean? It's just another extra
I agree.
job.
Yeah, I'm
doing
just
the same thing?
Absolutely, and it's I feel like we're always organizing. We're organizing our own lives, we're organizing our kids' lives, and we're also organizing our husband's life. And I just feel all the time it's just movement, 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 and you got to be real organized. You got to just know what's going on.
And when she says organized, she's saying that because you have to literally plan out everything for a month, 2 months, 3 months in advance because of their schedules. You know what I mean? So when it comes to our kids' birthdays, you know what I mean? Our birthdays, just holidays, a date night. Everything needs to be meticulously scheduled, so we're able to fit everything in.
Is it hard? I would imagine when you're a professional athlete, sports comes first. Your team comes first, winning comes first. Do you sometimes have to take a back seat to the situation? And is that hard for you guys when that happens?
100%.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was going to say, I think we understand that their jobs are really important because at the end of the day, their jobs is what's bringing in the money, what's taking care of the family. So we all understand that, you're going to go grind and hustle for the family, and we're just going to be your backbone and your support. And
NFL, not for long.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Most, NFL players that make it to the league are only in the league for 3-4 years. And our guys have been blessed to be, in the league for many, many years. And still going. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Are there those conversations? Do you start having those conversations with your spouse where life after football becomes a priority and you start figuring out, all right, we've got to put away this much money. You need to go become a broadcaster after you're done. You need to go figure it out.
Yeah, as soon as you get your contract, you're starting to think, what am I going to do after football? How am I going to use this platform? How am I going to take this and use it for my next step? Because we all know that football is not going to last forever. So if you're smart,
you have to be smart with your money.
Yeah.
Because so many professional athletes,
go
broke.
They all go broke.
100% because they can't keep up the lifestyle. So, the objective, while they're in the league is to make sure you're saving enough so this way, once it's all over, you're able to keep up with that same lifestyle that you've had for your family.
So how does the show come about? When do you decide, hey, we want to do a reality show on E?
Well, they just approached us, actually. I think it was just so much hype surrounding the Rams. You know what I mean? It was such a big deal. They're coming back home.
Yeah.
Literally.
Our producer, he's a diehard Rams fan. So,
That's awesome.
which is really
awesome.
cool.
He's like, I love the team. I'm going to make a show now.
Exactly. So it came about literally just like that, and it just worked out. We were all on the project, and we're like, this is actually a historic moment. So it's cool to be a part of this with the team moving back to LA.
And we're all friends doing it, so I think that's what makes it like unique because.
It's one of the things I really liked about the first episode, the whole Ramillies thing. Like, I love seeing how all of you guys are essentially one big family. Are there discourses that occur though? Like, do certain people dislike other people in the situation? Like, how does it all work? Or is it just like, all right, we're football families and we're gonna all like each other?
I mean, I think in our specific situation, no, we all literally genuinely get along, but I'm not saying like the whole entire organization, we're all like kumbaya every day, but we all have a certain level of respect for each other, you know?
I'm always there for each other if anyone needs it.
Yeah.
When you look at football in general, what are your thoughts about the sport? I mean, there's so much conversation about the physical beating. Obviously, CTE's been an enormous conversation in the news. Do you start worrying about the health of your husbands? Do you start saying, oh my God, I don't want you to play 15 years because I need you to be around for the next 50.
Honey, in between both of our men, they've had probably about like 30 surgeries.
My husband had surgery yesterday, literally.
That's crazy.
He literally had surgery yesterday on his hand, and yeah, it's a constant thing. I think about his health, his safety on the field, because every time they go out there, it's like a real concern, you know? Like,
I hate every time Kenny gets hit.
Yes.
Like, I literally cringe, you know? There's been so many times been flipped on his neck. You know what I mean? And we went to college with a guy, Eric LeGrand, who,
I've interviewed Eric.
Okay, so, you know, I think knowing that and seeing that, it like breaks our heart. You know what I mean? It breaks my heart, and it's just like, wow, this could happen at any given moment out on that field. You know, it's a rough sport.
The move. Were you excited? Was it like, yes, we're going to Los Angeles? Or is there, like, I'm from Philadelphia originally, and as much as it's great being in New York. Really? Well, you went to Rutgers too, so it's not too far away. But was there a certain excitement about getting into the bigger city, or do you miss just being in St. Louis and having that hometown kind of like low-key, you know, not being in the entertainment capital of the world type of feeling?
I think for me, I've like always lived in small hometowns. Like, I was born in Cleveland. I was raised in Charlotte.
We're done with this interview.
Oh God, yeah, you could just say. You know what? Cleveland is not that bad. Have you been like
I have.
recently?
That's
She's like, no, I have. It's the
No,
same.
it's more from a sports perspective. Like,
yeah.
I don't like the Cavs.
Whoa.
I just can't stand the Cavs.
They did win the national
I know.
championship.
I'm a Lakers fan, believe it or not, my whole life. So I'm like, I can't stand the Cavs. Like, I love Kobe. If you love Kobe, you can't love LeBron.
Yeah.
It's like kind
You
of.
must love Kobe.
It's like one or the other.
Sibling rivalry. But
Enough LeBron bashing for
no. What was the question again?
No,
moving. Were you excited?
Oh yeah.
No,
absolutely.
I was super excited, you know, because we actually spent most of our off seasons in LA already, but this is our first time actually living there full time, and I was so excited.
Is there a certain pressure to keep up with the Joneses in the NFL? Like, one of the things I was watching was shopping for a $9 million house, and it's great because the quote is, hey, we can afford it, but do we really want it?
Right.
And I'm like, is there that pressure when you're competing against multi-million-dollar athletes to have to keep up?
It might be with some guys and families, but like ours are just different, and they aren't like that. They're very humble and just.
How do you stay humble? Like in that type of environment, I'm friends with a lot of professional athletes. It's hard, man. I mean, you have access to a lot of things that normal people don't. How do you stay grounded?
I feel like at the end of the day, we still are like very normal people. I mean, we have friends and family that don't have millions of dollars. So, you know, like we still interact with everyone the same. It just doesn't really faze us because, I mean, we were just taught, you know, like.
That's what it is.
Don't
I feel like
let
it's your
it
home training.
change
You know what I mean?
you know?
And like how you were just brought up.
Use it as a blessing to bless others instead of just trying to flashy.
Well, that's the other end of it. When you do end up making it, is there pressure to help other people? I mean, you always hear there's a show called Ballers. I don't know if you watch Ballers on HBO, and there's a great scene there where one of the players has to deal with his father and his cousin. He's paying for everybody, and it's a reality of what it's like being a professional athlete. Everybody's coming out of the woodwork.
I agree with that, of course. But if you think about it, I feel like that's with any successful sibling or, you know what I mean, in a family. Like everyone's going to turn to the most successful, you know what I mean, that are in a position to help.
Yeah.
So it's just the same thing, just on a larger scale.
Is it hard to say no sometimes?
My husband can never say no.
It's hard.
Do you have to be the bad guy? Is it good cop, bad cop?
I'm always the bad guy. I'm always the bad guy when everything is like, Sabrina, just tell them, And I'm like, what? Like, no, like, you tell them. He's like, no, I can't. I'm not going to answer. I just want to answer. You know what I mean?
Because they want to help their family, you know? They want to
They're
be able to
family
do
people.
that. Because, you know, growing up, they're like, you know, as soon as I make it, I want to buy my mom this, or I want to help do this.
That was Kitty's first goal, buying his mom a house. You know what I mean? Like,
That's like the move. Like,
Exactly.
Mom, I'm buying you a house.
He was so proud of
Goals,
that.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We were joking around before we got started. I said, forget the cameras are there. And you said, no, I can't.
I know.
Was it difficult once a reality show starts? Is it difficult? Because one of the keys to a reality show is you have to forget the cameras are there. Was it tough for you guys to forget, hey, cameras are all around us?
The funny thing is, I feel like at first it was very hard, and you know, I was just like, wow, they're like everywhere. Like, where do I look? Like, I want to look at that camera. I want him to tell me how my makeup looks or how my face looks because I just woke up. You know what I mean? But after a while, I did forget. I realized this because Kenny and I would like just be interacting as if our normal day-to-day interactions, a lot of which I'm like, why did you just say that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, the cameras are here. Like, we would forget, you know, that they actually were there. So I think that's why you get a lot of real, you know, in the show.
Did you feel more or less comfortable?
As time went on, I felt more, but in the beginning, it was really weird because I'm like a very naturally camera shy person. Like, I'm never in front of the camera. I've never like volunteered to be in front of a camera, so it was really nerve-wracking for me. But yeah, after time, I think it's because we were around people we're comfortable with.
Yeah,
you
we're
know,
friends.
It's not just random people, so everyone's kind of like making everyone feel comfortable.
So even if like the guys weren't into it because they were tired after work or whatever it was, you know, they get with their friends and they start joking, and it's just like you're just chilling at the house. You know what I mean? Or you're on a date night with everybody, so it's fun.
I love when the brothers came, by the way. And the
Oh
family
my
came.
gosh,
They're so great.
Hollywood Nick.
Oh, he's the best.
It was hilarious. When you look at,
It's like real life all the time.
Literally.
I mean, is it a lot? Do you ever become overwhelmed by the whole experience? Because I'm watching your lives and I'm like, I want a vacation just watching your lives. Like, it's a lot.
It is.
Do you ever feel that way? Do you ever feel like you could just disconnect and kind of just say, I don't want to be an NFL player's wife. I want to be like in a small town somewhere in
I just want to be a
Iowa.
soccer mom. Like, drive my kids to
drive
soccer.
my minivan.
Be like PTA president.
Does that sometimes happen?
I think that's why like we look forward to the off season, like for just those couple weeks that we have where we can just kind of disconnect. We always try to like go on vacation or go home or do something so low key where we're just can change the pace. I think for me it's the pace of the lifestyle that kind of gets overwhelming because it's like go time all the time. And so I feel like whenever we can like have that time to just slow down, relax, like sit back, that's what I look forward to.
How important is it to be your husband's support systems? Because, like you said, not for long, the NFL. It's a business. You can get traded, you can get cut, you can be out of a job this quickly. How important is it for you guys, where people don't see this, whether it's on a TV show or even in real life, that you have to be their critical support systems?
It's so important. I mean, they, like you said, they go through so much, like physically, like even in their jobs, they're competing every single day. They walk into their office. It's like a constant thing that they're dealing with. They deal with so much.
Physically and mentally. And I feel like I don't think, like, you know, fans always see that. You know, they're more worried about their fantasy, you know, scores rather
just
than
the game, like who's
like
winning. But
you know, but it's like that. This is their lives. Like they're getting banged up, hurt. They have concussions. You know what I mean? They come home. They have migraines. You know, they're stressed out because this isn't happening or this isn't happening, or you know, they're competing every day. You know, nothing's guaranteed.
Yeah.
So
When people see this show, what are you hoping they take away from it? Obviously, they're going to see the entertainment part of it. But if there was a lesson, like an after-school lesson, what do they take away from Hollywood and football?
I think it just gives a small glimpse, and I can't really speak for everybody in the NFL or all NFL wives, but I think it gives a small glimpse of our lives, and I think it gives the fans a chance to see a little bit of what goes on off the field, and that they have real families, they're real people, you know, they at the end of the day are normal. I mean, you know, we do have some things that are a little more enhanced, but we're normal people that do normal things, have real families, feelings, and
I feel like it'll make, you know, the fans feel a little more connected to the guys as well. You know, it's like they get to really see how they are. Because really all they see is press conferences. You know what I mean? And sometimes the guys are shy. Sometimes the guys are mad. You know what I mean? So they're not really getting the real them. And I feel like it's awesome for, you know, fans who truly are, you know, LA Rams fans, and even if they're not, just to like see what these guys are like and what they do on a day-to-day.
What's been the reaction in LA to have the team back?
Oh, it's
All
amazing.
All
like,
love.
they're like the best. I feel like they're the best fans that I've like encountered.
They were hungry.
Yeah,
I mean, they were thirsty for a team.
They were thirsty, I know, but like they're so sweet. Like everywhere we go, there's like a little kid, an adult, somebody coming up to them and asking for a picture, but nicely, like, I love you, man. Like, just sign something for me, like even if it's this napkin, you know, like out to eat, or they'll actually like wait until we're done eating here, which is nice.
They're sweet.
Sometimes, like
Yeah,
usually
that doesn't
they'll
happen
like
in New York. They're charging in.
We know we're from here, you know?
They charge.
And that was how it was here, but like there, it's like they'll literally wait outside. We're walking out, like, we saw you in there. We didn't want to bother you, but we're really big fans.
Yeah.
You know, we hope you make it to the Pro Bowl. Whatever, and it just feels so good. And Kenny is obsessed with fans. You know what I mean? He loves them. He will sign every autograph. If there's like 1,000 people, he will wait and sign each one of those autographs. That's just how he is.
One of the hardest things for players is to retire, is to let go of the game. You always hear it. I mean, I remember Brett Favre, and that guy wanted to play till he dies. I mean, and he talks about how difficult it is.
It is, the transition.
How difficult is it for the wives to let go when you have to let go? Have you guys thought about it, how it'll change your lifestyle, change what you're able to experience?
Well, no, I think personally I feel like it'll be just a new blessing, if that makes sense. So, you know, your husband now gets to be home more. He gets to see little milestones with your kids. You know, he gets to go to those assemblies on Fridays that he normally can't go to. And at the same time, we can start, you know, spearheading our own careers. And that's like this awesome thing about LA, because for once, we're in this big like city that is just full of opportunities that we could do simultaneously as our guys, you know, are playing football, which is amazing, you know, and then they're also here to like support us at the same time. So I feel like once we transition out, I feel like I'll be like kind of happy.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, just because we get more time and we get to like focus on us. Because like you said, the wives and girlfriends and fiancés, you know, you make a choice when you are with someone that plays a professional sport. You know what I mean? You have to kind of put yourself on your careers, your aspirations, your, you know, short-term, long-term goals, like kind of on the back burner for a little bit, just so you can see, you know, what's going on and assess and be that support system.
You guys are awesome. Congrats on the show.
Thank
I love
you.
the first episode. I can't wait to see the rest of it.
I know, we can't either.
You're like, I hope I look good in it.
Oh, gosh.
Everybody
No,
make
yeah.
sure to catch the premiere of Hollywood and Football on November 30th. Thanks for joining me, Asia and Sabrina. You guys are awesome.